Most people think of the resurrection as Easter that happened and then the story is through. But that's not the case. Appearances of Jesus Christ to individuals have gone on for 2,000 years.
I will be here when you need me by your side.
We live in an age of the here and now, in which an awful lot of us are very skeptical about religious leaders or religious institutions, or we see all of that Christian stuff way back in the past, those kinds of feelings. And what I'd want to say to people is push all that aside. There's a validity to why people see some of those things in that way. But dig under the surface and find the actual events that happened and find out how those events affected people.
And how does Jesus feel about your tomb being found and all your progeny being supposedly exposed?
I'm sorry. That James Cameron. It's a hoax. No. I actually retired and moved to Florida. I'm just up for the weekend.
What I discovered, particularly in the second book, The Sun Rises, were people that I knew or people that I eventually ran into who had had these experiences, and they had always profoundly changed their life. They had reshaped their vision, their identity, their sense of destiny. Often they came as a surprise, or they came in an unexpected way. Sometimes people who were really struggling with pain or hardship would encounter one of these events or these experiences.
There's a statue missing from the church, a statue of the child Jesus.
It was an incredible turning point in my life in which I had come to a point of realization that I really wanted to know God, didn't know how you did that, but really committed myself to the quest. Went with a group of guys down to planning a camp for young people.
He says all through the years he's prayed for a red wagon. This year he prayed to the child Jesus. He promised that if he got the wagon, the child Jesus would have the first ride in it.
And out of the clear blue, in the middle of the night, I thought I was dreaming, and I had this voice saying, "Get up." And I remember thinking, I can't get up. It's too cold. If I put my feet on this cement floor, I'll freeze. Get up and come out. And suddenly I looked, and here was this extraordinary, brilliant light. And I didn't know what was happening, but I knew God was happening.
He wants to know if the devil will come and take him to hell.
That's your department, Father.
No el diablo. Jesús ama a Paquito mucho.
And I knew that Jesus Christ was in some way touching Robert Wise. But my life ever since has been shaped out of what that encounter did. I think stories are not didactic. What often is talked about in this subject is ethereal, is abstract, is people making projections of what they think might be the case. But a story is a concrete event that happened. Now we can decide, well, these people are nuts, this isn't a true thing that happened. But if we take it seriously, because they have no reason to lie to us, if we take it seriously, they're saying, in my journey, in my walk, this is what happened to me.
Fate certainly played a supreme jest, bringing us together here like this.
It's not a politician with a spin. It's a person who gains nothing except to express what's in their deepest emotions. And so these stories carry with them a weight of authenticity. And that's what these books are full of, are actual events that happen to people.
He endured, no doubt, a few terrible hours on the cross, but he was sufficiently recovered to vacate the tomb 2 mornings later.
He had risen.
I came to realize that most people think of the resurrection of Jesus Christ sort of like in the United States they think of the 4th of July.
Don't tell me that you, of all people, support this incredible belief in his resurrection.
Where it's just kind of one of those events out of the past, and you wave at it as it goes by, and then you go on your way.
It's no myth.
The resurrection hits us with this extraordinary event, historical event, that a human being, just like us, who is called by God for a unique task, which then makes him different, becomes the Christ, actually stepped into death and then stepped back out of death, and that he has ever since that time been touching people's lives.
You have the temerity to believe this incredible fabrication.
But the empowerment that comes from encountering Jesus Christ alive in our day, in our moment, is extraordinary. And I hope that I'm challenging people to quest after that, to seek that reality, because once they obtain it, it's like an anchor that holds a boat steady. It keeps people on the track that they need to be on, and it keeps them set, even in the midst of great difficulties. It keeps them set for a real destiny that comes not from something we've decided, but from the hand of God.
He rose from the dead as he had promised, as all men may leave the prisons of their mortality.
I'm a rock in the ocean, and you are the tide. You know I'm going nowhere. I'm just